I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Obara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women, because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices, and in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men, and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48/104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them. Yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women will go through every day in workplaces, in universities.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. That was Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, the senator representing Kogi Central, that was recently slammed 6-month suspension by the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria shortly after she presented a sexual harassment allegation petition against the President of the Senate of Nigeria, Senator Godswill Akpabio, tabling her matter before the United Nations Interparliamentary Union in New York, United States. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And we're talking about it because it's important. We're talking about it because it is necessary. We're talking about it because some people are criticizing her, saying that why is she internationalizing the matter? Why did she have to go abroad to embarrass Nigeria? And you can see from the beginning of the statement, she did say that her intention was not to embarrass the country, but it is to present her case, because that appears to be the only option that she has to be able to draw attention to the injustice that she perceived was done to her. So we need to look at it from that perspective, that she felt that she was not given adequate protection by the Nigerian system. She was not given adequate protection by the Nigerian system, and he is now hoping that the international system be aware and be able to do something in whatever way. And knowing fully well that in the international system, at the United Nations, and in the Western world, speaking in New York, in a country where sexual harassment allegation is not taken lightly, unlike in Nigeria, she is bound to get a listening ear, and there is bound to be consequences for those who are associated with that in terms of the allegation. Okay, so I would not be surprised if some sanctions will be imposed on the Senate President until this matter is resolved by an organization like the United Nations Interparliamentary Union. I do not think that after listening to this woman that they will extend an invitation to the Nigerian Senate President to come to New York anytime soon. That is my thinking. Given the way the Western world, given the way the United States treats matters like that. In fact, I can tell you for free, this matter, there's no way it will escape the notice of the American embassy, of the American government, the ambassador in Nigeria and all that. And Akpoti going to New York will also draw the attention of the American government representatives in Nigeria on how important this issue is to Akpoti and then to the international system. So there will be consequences on that. So I think she has taken a step to show that she's not going to accept going down without a fight. She's fighting, but she has been pushed to the wall in her own understanding, and she has no other choice but to fight, because 6 months suspension is seen as draconic, and she lamented about it as she was speaking to the United Nations Interparliamentary Union. Now, people said, I've seen people say that, oh, the woman is, in fact, I found somewhere where somebody was saying that this woman want to bring Tinubu down. Somebody say you want to bring Akpabio down. No, the woman in her own expression, she is fighting. The fight now is beyond her. She is fighting for every woman in Nigeria, in every establishment, every institution. This sexual harassment is common in Nigeria. The allegation, you go to universities, it's rampant. You go to every organization in Nigeria, public, private, you hear about this. And if a senator to the level, if a woman rose to this level of a senator and is still being harassed and she's still being shut up the way she had been shut up literally, because she was not given a fair hearing, you can then imagine what is happening to women, what is happening to the teacher in the school. Think about the teacher in the school being sexually harassed by the principal. What can she do? Well, think about the MD of a bank. Think about all kinds of people who hold authority. So this is not saying that her allegation is true, but just that mere allegation. So she is supposed to get a listening ear, and that listening ear is what she's going to get internationally. And like I said, right in Nigeria, she was thrown under the bus, even by her colleagues, by the few senators who are women in the National Assembly. They threw her under the bus, and we are among those that allegedly signed her suspension. Okay, she was not even protected by the wife of the president, the first lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, didn't protect her, didn't provide cover for her, didn't show sympathetic ear to her. Because remember that when her matter came up before the International Women's Day, the wife of the president, who herself was a former senator, had thrown her weight behind the Senate, that the way they handled Natasha matter, that it was okay. She threw her weight behind the Senate's handling of the sexual harassment allegation by Natasha against the Senate president. So she felt that they handled it well. The Senate under Akpabio handled the matter well, because addressing the press ahead of the International Women's Day, Senator Oluremi Tinubu said that the Senate should be a place of honor and not controversy. So she saw what Natasha did by protesting against her treatment and her petition as a kind of creating unnecessary controversy. That's the way she saw it. So you can, if that is the way the wife of the president looked at it, you can therefore imagine the way the president himself will look at it. And look at what the wife of the president said about Natasha Akpoti's controversy in the Senate. Look at what he said. He said, "I know with what is going on in the Senate, you may say, why am I not taking a position? I believe that the Senate is doing what is needed because that is what it is," the First Lady said. She went on to say, we shouldn't be hearing things like that. We shouldn't be hearing things like that, which means when things like that happen, or when somebody feel harassed like that, the person should keep it to herself or to himself. He shouldn't let the world know about it. He said, we shouldn't be hearing things like that. It is a mature chamber and it should be treated with respect. It is an honor for you to be in that place alone. That shows that she wasn't empathetic. She didn't empathize with the Natasha, who was alleging sexual harassment. Now, normally in an issue of sexual allegation, a sexual harassment allegation, the alleged victim is given priority. That is why in the Western world, the person that alleges sexual harassment is given more priority. He is believed first that that person is saying the truth until they prove that she was lying. That was why, as you see this matter that she has taken it to New York, as far as is going to happen in the Western world now, she is the one saying the truth until it is proven that it's a lie. Because the way they look at it is that if you are having issue of sexual harassment, it means you are the victim, you are the one being suppressed, you don't have power. So you don't side with a Goliath, you side with the David, somebody who couldn't handle it, somebody who is suppressed. You have to side with him instead of siding with the big man. But you can see that the First Lady sided with the big man in this matter. That's not to say that Natasha, what she said is true, her allegation is true. That will have to be determined by the court and whatever. But the truth is that you cannot condemn her for taking that matter to New York. She took it there because she wanted to get a listening ear. And that listening ear is going to cost the Senate President a lot in the short run, if not in the long run. Like I said, I doubt if there will not be consequences for the Senate President for that, just for that reportage, for reporting it. Not that they have said that because these people are not court of law. The Interparliamentary Union is not a court of law. But having listened to the victim, you can tell that they are going to be on the side of the victim until the oppressor was able to prove himself innocent. I don't know what to think about this. Are you among those who are condemning Natasha for internationalizing it? Are you among those who are condemning her that she wants to bring down the Senate President? Are you among those who are condemning her that she wants to bring down Tinubu administration? Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Do you think she did the right thing? What do you think she could have done, given the situation in the country, where the institutions in the country may not be able to help her out, given the fact that 6 months is a long time for somebody to be aware and for a senatorial district not to be represented in the National Assembly? What do you think? Let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.